I've gotten a lot of emails and comments, and I appreciate your feedback. I just want to clarify something really quick. I don't hate Barack Obama. I'm not mad at him. It's not because of some of the good things he's done recently, like raising cafe standards on automobiles or pushing for the closing of Guantanamo Bay. It's just that I'm mad at you. I mean, not you specifically. You watch my show. I like you. But I am mad at Americans in general. Obama is a politician, and I'm not disappointed in him. He made his positions very clear ahead of time. It's you, America, who I'm upset with for assuming that he was kidding when he was talking about supporting the new FISA bill, telecom immunity, continuing the illegal wiretapping program, continuing George W. Bush's war indefinitely, supporting coal and nuclear power, being opposed to single-payer healthcare, supporting the bailout, bombing Pakistan with Predator drone missiles, which is happening and I don't understand why it's not getting more coverage in the news, and about refusing to prosecute the Bush administration for crimes against humanity. Guess what? He wasn't kidding. But I'm not mad at him. Again, he made his positions clear on the campaign trail. I'm mad at you for not paying closer attention, both during the primaries and during the general election. You had such a selection of different candidates, it was like being in the grocery store, having a selection of a wide variety of breakfast cereals. There was McCain, a tasteless, bland, cardboard flake sort of bran cereal, which thanks to deregulation had all sorts of heavy metals, which may cause your kidneys to fail. There was the Green Party's Cynthia McKinney and independent Ralph Nader, who were like highly nutritious bags of granola that were poorly packaged and came from the local hippie store that had no advertising budget. There was the Libertarian Party, which after you purchased it and opened it up, you found there was nothing inside aside from a light film of dust, which was either methamphetamines or Wayne Allen Root's dandruff. It's hard to tell. There may not be a difference. And then there was Barack Obama. Hip, young, fresh. He was like a box of Fruity Pebbles, labeled now with more flesh-eating bacteria. But you were hoping that the box was just kidding about the flesh-eating bacteria. Now, personally, I like Fruity Pebbles, but I don't like flesh-eating bacteria. This past election, I went with the poorly packaged granola. Even though I love Fruity Pebbles, and I have bought it in the past. I've been burned before. I just didn't like the idea of eating a cereal that had flesh-eating bacteria in it. Not again. In this overextended cereal metaphor, flesh-eating bacteria stands for the poorly thought-through policies that I mentioned before. So a lot of people decided to just ignore the label about the flesh-eating bacteria on the Fruity Pebbles and go ahead and buy it and join in. And you were excited. You were hoping that the label was just kidding about the flesh-eating bacteria, and that you were getting what you hoped for. You were hoping that you were just getting sweet, fun, crunchy Fruity Pebbles. Well, guess what? Now you're getting leprosy, and you think you've got a right to complain? Well, you do. You absolutely should hold politicians accountable to your highest aspirations for government, but you have to be a leader, organize your community, be an activist. You were good at doing that when you were trying to get Barack Obama elected, but your work's not over now. You have to do a lot of follow-through to make sure the policies that you wanted to see enacted are seen through to the end. What really bugs me are the folks who are still munching away at that cereal that we all know is no good anymore. They kind of worry me. They're hunched over their cereal bowls trying to convince everybody that the flesh-eating bacteria infection isn't so bad, and that if you just give it some time it'll clear itself up, and that people ought to just sit back. Well, we did that for the first 6 years of the Bush administration, and that didn't work out so well. And we've been doing it so far for the Obama administration, and that really hasn't worked out so well either. Hillary Clinton recently said in China that human rights took a back seat to economic policy. We're dropping bombs on Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq. There's the whole bailout fiasco. And we have a lot of people left over from the Bush administration still running things and still enacting the same failed policies. We also have 2 off-budget wars, where Nancy Pelosi is using off-budget spending and emergency funds in order to fund the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. And the George W. Bush policy of extreme rendition, where they go and kidnap you, apparently that's continuing too. But you know what? Those things aren't even all Obama's fault. They're mostly your fault. Congress makes laws, and Congress is made of congresspeople, who you elected. Right now, the senator to your state, unless they're one of 6 people, voted against closing Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Democrats and Republicans alike both want to keep Guantanamo Bay open. Is it really so much better when Democrats are the ones who are doing these things? Start holding your elected representatives accountable. It doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. Torture is wrong. Extraordinary rendition is wrong. Continuing George W. Bush's war is wrong. Bailout is wrong. Democratic leadership scapegoating Republicans for everything that they voted for is also wrong. Thankfully, the Democrats are in charge now, so they don't have the Republicans to scapegoat anymore. I guess that's why they're scapegoating the CIA now.